Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm doing a Dinosaur deck profile. So this deck is an awesome deck that you can actually summon out Shaddoll Construct and Shaddoll Winda out in, and you can even summon stuff like Naturia Beast and Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to get out even better control monsters onto the field. With summoning really big monsters and having like anti-meta cards in this deck, has a recipe for a victory. So I'm really glad to show you guys this deck. It's a super fun deck that has a little bit of an update stuff with it because of the stuff that came out with the World Legacy Jurisdictor. It's really easy to summon that card in this deck, so I want to show you guys how to summon that. So anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing double Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Basically, this is one of the most powerful boss monsters in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! With just the summoning requirements of banishing 2 dinosaur monsters from your graveyard special summon. It's like a big BLS dinosaur monster. Like, they had to put BLS at 3 because this card was so much easier to summon and it was a consistent boss monster compared to that. This card is so much more nuts. But basically what it does is you destroy a monster in your hand or on your field, and then change all monster your opponent controls to face down defense position. The only thing that you have to keep in mind is you cannot switch link monsters to face down defense position. You have to switch all of their other monsters to face down defense, and then it can attack all of them, and if it does, it sends all of them to the graveyard and inflicts 1,000 points of damage to your opponent for each sent one that was in face down defense, or defense position. Then we play double Overtext. You're never really going to summon this. You're just going to use it for the double evolution pill search. You can summon it with double evolution pill, I believe. No, it must be special summoned from your hand by shuffling 5 or more banished dinosaur monsters into your main deck. So you're never really going to summon this card. You're just going to send it to the graveyard. I thought about cutting it down to 1, to be honest with you, but I haven't yet because I still like that search. Triple Prankatops, basically it's Cyber Dragon. You contribute it off to destroy a card on the field, destroy a monster your opponent controls, or destroy any card your opponent controls, which is really cool, and I like that summoning ability. Plus, you can start out with this and then normal summon out something like your Soul-Eating Oviraptor, and then once you summon the Soul-Eating Oviraptor, you can have 2 monsters on the field to link summon, or you can even use it for a synchro play with a like Glow-Bulb or a Jurassic Paleo or something like that to get into a level 8 monster. Then I play 1 copy of Giant Rex. Giant Rex is our Earth monster that we use to synchro into our Nat Beast. And you use this card to, if it's banished, you can special summon it, which is pretty cool, but it can't attack the opponent directly, which kind of sucks. But it's 2K, so it's a pretty decent beat stick anyways. Then we play 3 copies of Soul-Eating Oviraptor because this deck wasn't metal enough. So we have to eat some souls up in here. So basically, this card is the searcher of the deck. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can take a dinosaur and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard, which is really cool. And it also has the effect of that you can destroy a dinosaur on your side of the field and then special summon a dinosaur monster from your graveyard as well, which is an amazing effect to be able to just get dinosaurs back out of the graveyard. Then we play 1 copy of Armageddon Knight. I play 1 Armageddon Knight in here because basically, it lets you send Overtext to the graveyard, and it lets you send your Shaddolls to the graveyard, which can be really beneficial to you sending those to the graveyard to get additional effects off, which is cool. Then we play 3 copies of Miscellaneousaurus because why not? This card came off the list and went to 3. It is probably one of the best cards in the deck because besides Soul-Eating Oviraptor, you can send it to the graveyard to make your dinosaurs unaffected by your opponent's activated effects during your main phase, and you can banish it to the graveyard with any number of dinosaur monsters equal to the level of the dinosaur monster you're trying to special summon from the deck, and then special summon a monster that has the same level as the amount of dinosaurs that you banished, which is really, really cool to be able to special summon your Jurassic Paleo just by discarding and then immediately banishing this. It's an instant free one of special summon for your Jurassic Paleo. Then we play 1 copy of Naturia Beast. This one, when it's flipped face up, you draw 2, discard 1. If it's sent to the graveyard, you get to draw a card. 1 copy of Shaddoll Dragon. I know all of these by heart. I've been playing these so long. If it's flipped face up, you get to return a monster your opponent controls to the hand if it's sent to the graveyard. An MST, something on the field. Squamata, I play as a 1-of. If it's flipped face up, it destroys a monster on the field. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you get to send another Shaddoll to the graveyard. 1 copy of Falco. If it's sent to the graveyard, you special summon it and then into face down defense. If it's flip face up, you get to target a Shaddoll monster in the graveyard and special summon it in face down defense position, which is really cool. I love the Falco. I wish more people would play Falco. Even if you're just going to play 3 Shaddolls, drop the Squimana, play a Falco. You need the Falco to be able to special summon back Construct, Winda, all sorts of stuff like that. The only thing that I ever found a hindrance about Falco is with Winda, the way it resolves, after you summon the Winda using a Falco, you cannot special summon again because you can only special summon once per turn under Winda. 1 copy of a Paleo. Basically, this is just a level 1 tuner that lets you go into your id, or lets you go into your other level 5s, or even go all the way up into Trishula by using this in 2 level 4s. 1 copy of Glow Bulb. This is our Nat Beast target. You're going to use these 2 monsters to synchro summon into Naturia Beast, which is going to be very beneficial to be able to get those extra monsters on board to have spell negation, because you just summon that against Sky Strikers and you watch them cry, which it's such a beautiful cry that we can witness with Sky Strikers in this deck. Then we play, I'm sorry, I'm a little salty towards Sky Striker players. I'm going to build the deck, don't worry, when it gets budget, but $40 per engage, can't stomach it. 3 copies of Ash Blossom. You need 3 copies of Ash Blossom just to stop your opponent from doing all sorts of stuff, and that's your good negation. 2 copies of Effect Veiler is the last 2 cards of the deck that we're going to be playing for the monsters. You need the 2 Effect Veilers because this, like I say in a lot of my videos, this is my hand trap package. I find that 2 Effect Veilers and 3 Ash Blossoms is the way to roll if you're going to play hand traps. Some decks that I build, you don't have the room because you just were focusing on the combos, and I'm not that worried about it, but in a deck like this, I would totally carry this to a tournament and play it in a heartbeat. It is super fun and super consistent. I would even go as far to consider this deck a tier 2 deck and a very much a contender deck to be able to play with. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. We do not play any traps in this deck, which is really cool, and I really like that. Like, that's all the monsters that we play. Like, good lord. So we're going to be playing 1 copy of Monster Reborn and 1 copy of World Legacy Succession. The World Legacy Succession is actually better than the Monster Reborn because you can search the World Legacy Succession where you can't search the Monster Reborn, which kind of sucks. 1 copy of Foolish Burial to send the monsters that we need to the graveyard when we need to. Double Evolution Pill. You play this and you banish a dinosaur monster and 1 non-dinosaur monster from your grave, and then special summon a level 7 or higher dinosaur monster from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, which can be the Overtext because it ignores the summoning conditions, or it can be the Ultimate Conductor Trano because it does ignore the summoning conditions, but you're never going to really summon Overtext, you're just going to summon the Ultimate Conductor Trano. Then we play 3 copies of Fossil Dig. Fossil Dig basically lets us search a level 6 or lower dinosaur type monster from our deck to your hand. Back in the day when this first came out, this didn't come out in the structure deck for the, I think it was Dino Smasher's Fury. It didn't come out in that, which was interesting, but they kind of did it perfectly because you can't search. It's balanced because at level 6 or lower is interesting because there's level 5 ones that you can kind of search and level 6 ones that you can search, but you can't search Overtext, Prankatops, or Ultimate Conductor. It's like they did it on purpose. Then we play 3 copies of Shaddoll Fusion. Basically, you just use this to go into all of your fusion plays. And we play 3 copies of Called by the Grave. Now, if you want to, I don't find that I really need it all that much, but you can play the super polymerization in here. It's a good side card depending on what you're playing against. You can play 2 copies of this in the sideboard. I don't main deck it because if I don't play against something that's playing either light or dark, this card's kind of dead. So I don't play it in the main deck. So it's something that if you want to play, you're more than welcome to play it in the main deck. But I don't play it because I don't feel like I need it with the Shaddoll Fusions. So that's a personal opinion. If you guys find something, you could drop 2 of the Effect Veilers and play Super Polymerization if you want to, but I personally like playing the deck as is. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. And if you want to play Super Poly in the main deck, you can even put in like Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, and you can put Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, you can put more Shaddolls in here, and make it even more of a crazy Shaddoll deck. But I'm kind of wanting to focus more on like a balance between the dinosaurs and the Shaddolls, and less of like just the Shaddolls. Because Shaddolls is a good engine, but it's not like good by itself anymore. So 1 copy of Construct, you can only play it as a 1 of. I think this card is definitely going to come back to 3. I don't understand why they didn't just go, here's 3 Constructs. Like, I think it's already at 2, at least, in the OCG, maybe at 3 in the OCG, but basically when it's Fusion Summon, you get to send to your graveyard 1 Shaddoll monster from your deck, and at the start of the damage step, if it battles a special summon monster, you destroy that monster. And if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to target a Shaddoll, spell or trap in your grave and add back to your hand, so you just get to add your Shaddoll Fusion back to your hand, which is cool. Double Winda, basically this is used for the effect that you can only special summon once per turn, and it can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Double Logia, this card prevents special summons, prevents spell and trap effects, prevents monster effects. It's a catch-all level 4 or rank 4. 1 Dolka, this one prevents monster effects. Trishula, because it's the bee's knees, like you can just like hit 3 cards and make your opponent go -3. Borreload Savage Dragon, you can make this. I don't make this as often as I make Omega, but it's there if I can. Like if I link away something like my Underclock Taker to summon Borreload, I do sometimes summon this later in the game. 1 copy of Nat Beast. Nat Beast is here because it is amazing to summon. 1 Ib, the World Legacy Jurisdictor. I make this and then I immediately link it away. Because for this card Synchro Summon, you can treat a World Chalice. That's not a big deal. But if it's summoned, you can activate once per turn one of these effects. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can add a World Legacy card from your deck to your hand, which is World Legacy Succession. And if this card is Special Summon or Synchro Summon, card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a World Chalice monster from your hand, deck, or grave, or your deck or grave, which we don't play any, so that's not a big deal. But I always just get that World Legacy card, and then I link it away for something like Underclock Taker, so I can use the World Legacy Succession to bring out something else. And it's essentially like getting a free +1 off of summoning the Ib. So then I play a Boral Sword. Yes, I'm still waiting on the proxy. I'm still waiting on the reprint. 1 copy of Borreload, because Borreload's a thing. I'm just going to slap that Borreload Savage out of the way. We don't need him. We just need the Borreload. So Borreload Dragon, the OG Borreload, is really good in the deck. It's mandatory. You got to play 1 copy of it. It's just so good. 1 copy of Unicorn. Unicorn's here because, again, if you Synchro Summon into something like, let's just say you normal summon out like Soul Eating Oviraptor, and you can summon out some way the Ib, okay? And you have Soul Eating Oviraptor Ib, and you search the World Legacy Succession. You can link them away for a Underclock Taker, and then after you link them away for the Underclock Taker, you activate the World Legacy Succession, climbing up into the Nightmare Unicorn just off of those 2 cards, which is extremely easy to do. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a really fun deck. I highly recommend it. There's not really a super wrong way to play this deck, to be honest with you. Dinosaurs are one of those versatile decks that you can play around with and, you know, throw some weird cards in and make it work. Like, you can play the Dino Wrestler version, you can play the Lost World version, you can play the Shaddoll version. But, you know, guys, I love the Shaddoll version, so I'm going to play that one. So, anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.